There. Okay.
Okay, hello guys. Today me and Jacob Thome. You might remember him if you ever watched our old live streams. We used to have like one or two viewers, so it's really unlikely. But if you remember what we used to do these live streams. Whether it was like, I think most of the time we did it when it was like fall, heading into winter. We would just discuss like the seasonal outlooks and stuff. But occasionally we would discuss winter storms. So that's what we're doing here. We're discussing this weekend winter storm. You might not have even heard about it, but I doubt it because it's been a pretty big thing happening since about yesterday. So
At least if you're a weenie, you know.
yeah. So we're gonna try to get these links out. Oh, okay, good links.
Okay.
Let me see if this works. Okay, here I'll put it on you real quick, so you can do whatever.
Okay, so I got a few things up. Here's my Twitter. Yeah, but this was a few days ago. This was the thing that caught everybody's attention. 2 feet widespread across the Piedmont of North Carolina and Virginia, a foot over near where you are, and like 30 inches right here. That's crazy. It's someone almost seeing 40 inches. But since then, the GFS has really backed off. It's gone up quite a bit weaker. Like today, here's the storm. You see Morehead City, 7 inches. Columbia, South Carolina, 6 inches. New Bern, 6 inches. Yeah, and even Atlanta's getting in on that action. But it's not really looking good. It's okay. There's a good chance of a snowstorm now, as instead of a few days ago, it was a lower chance. But now it's switched. Like a few days ago, the Euro model and the CMC were showing like a super suppressed storm, like this is. But now it's flipped, and the GFS is showing a suppressed storm, and the Euro and CMC are showing some strong storms. So here's the CFS. Never mind. I didn't even know that was one. But here's the CMC. I don't think this is quite realistic right here. I think this is a little bit off. But there you go. Here, let's zoom in. But yeah, if you want snow, at least to the north of Fayetteville to about Kitty Hawk, then you probably want the Euro and the CMC to win out in this little battle. But if you want it south of Fayetteville, then you want the GFS. But we don't know what's going to happen right now. There are tons of possibilities that could happen. Right now, there is off of the coast of Oregon at the moment, there's a disturbance. Let's see if I can find good here. Okay, so let's show the 500 millibar, which is like what the weather is about 2 or so kilometers up. I don't know, but there's this disturbance right here. It's the oranges. I don't know what color it is. Sorry, guys, colorblind. But if it's super flat, then it's going to probably. Well, it's probably going to be super flat. We'll find out tomorrow if it's going to be a stronger storm or not, and as it comes ashore. And if it's stronger, it might be the GFS of a few days ago, but that's very unlikely. It's more likely to be a pretty weak system once it gets on and goes through the Rockies. But if it phases to a little shortwave that's going to come around, then we might get higher snow amounts like in the CMC and Euro. Do you have anything to say?
Yeah. I think it's pretty interesting. If you're I think most of our viewers are gonna be watching this after the case, anyways. That's usually how it is. So if you're watching this after, probably tonight, it's this is the time to be paying attention because this is where we can really see a change in what's going to happen. Anything can happen at this point. Once it's on shore, we'll know. And there he's looking at the euro, and you can see it's pretty close to the shore. That would pretty much be a pretty good situation. That looks like sleet right there, actually, for us.
Yeah, that's a little scary, but that's Friday. That's the storm before. That's like
that's
the early.
Yeah.
Here's
So
the
that might
second.
be sleet or rain.
This would be snow right
I
here,
think.
though.
Yeah. The good news with this thing is you can see this is if you see that red line that separates the green from the blue, that's about the freezing line, but way up in the sky, like where the actual precipitation is developing. So right on that red line, north of it is looking good for snow or rain, depending on if the temperature's cold enough or warm enough. When it's cold up there in the atmosphere, you can get snow at like I've seen it at 36, 37, 38 degrees. If you're south of that, basically it's going to be sleet or rain. So if it's actually freezing on the surface, then you're going to be looking at sleet.
Especially to the south of that line, like
Yeah.
let's say Fayetteville or let's say Morehead City or Elizabeth.
Well, can you look at
City.
the actual surface temperature real quick, or is that what you're looking at right now?
You can't. There's no. You
Okay.
probably are able to, but I'm not. But in Fayetteville or Columbia, South Carolina, or Morehead City or Elizabeth City up here, I can't remember where
That's
Elizabeth
Elizabeth
City
City.
is. Yeah, but if you're in Elizabeth City, it would be like right on the edge. It'd be sleet and snow probably mixed at this point.
Yeah.
While in this
And
area,
again,
it's snow.
this isn't like a set thing. So what we're telling you about like the sleet and rain, you'll know by this line, but that line's almost definitely not going to be right there. So
yeah, it's not going to be exactly at that point. It might be in the ballpark of there.
yeah, I think we're right in the awkward phase of the storm, right at about 100 hours. It's right in between where a medium range model like the GFS or the Euro is just a little bit too short range for them, and then the short range is just a little bit too long for them. So we're right in the awkward phase, and on top of that, the storm is just heading on the shore. So I think tomorrow, because that's when the NAM will be able to show it, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. I think around 18th we'll be able to see it. So that's when we're going to be able to start seeing the short range models. The short range models, my favorite being the RGEM. You can get it from tropicaltidbits.com, all these models that we're naming. You can't get the precipitation types on Euro, but you can tell what the temperature is and where it's showing the storm, which me and Jacob. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay.
The Euro is a paid model, so it's something that you have to pay for to see everything.
Yeah. So you can tell when me and Jacob have been doing this. How long have we been doing this? Probably since 2012 or 2011. So pretty far back.
Yeah. And we've probably been interested in weather before then.
Yeah. I've been interested in weather my entire life. So I don't remember not being interested in weather. Let me put it that way.
Same.
But so the thing is, we don't really need to see where the snow line is to really know where it is when we're looking at the Euro. We've been doing it long enough. I mean, I think we both can pretty much just look at where the low pressure system is and then where the temperature lineup is to just know. We don't really need this stuff, but it's just way simpler. And especially when we're showing you guys, that's the option we're going to go with.
Yeah. Here's the NAM. It doesn't quite get to us. You see, it's like this is the last hour of the NAM.
Yeah.
And also, the NAM isn't the greatest past like 60 hours. So it's nice to see what the NAM shows, but you want to wait a little longer.
It's usually going to be pretty similar to the GFS. It's going to side with the GFS.
Since they're about this, they're people.
Yeah. So can you go ahead and compare that hour on the NAM to the GFS as well?
Yeah.
So we could just see which one's further south and which one's further north. We can look at the exact.
Definitely the GFS.
So you can see it's very, very, very similar.
Well, it's a little different since the NAM is a little further north. You see?
And that's a good thing, guys, because the
Yeah.
GFS is further south than we want it. Most of my viewers are probably going to be not where the GFS is showing it. I'm pretty sure. I've met a few people that follow me from Morehead City and stuff, Outer Banks. It's a possibility for you guys to get snow, especially back end. I think that that's very possible because it's going to be very cold. If we do get accumulating snow, I think it could stick around for good 3 days, especially if we get a lot. So, I mean,
The CMC is showing something way different at that hour.
yeah,
Here's the GFS. Here's the NAM. It's a little further north than GFS. And here's the CMC. It's like showing.
it's more tilted and it's earlier.
It's much broader. And you see, on the back end, you guys do get snow. Like from Elizabeth City, not quite New Bern at that hour, but you do get snow on the back end. But it'll probably be less than if you got it right away.
I think this is. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say at the back end, if this storm does really happen, because I mean at this point, this storm might not even be big at all. It might be like just snow showers or very weak. But right now we're leaning towards a medium to stronger storm for this area.
I don't know. I'd say I'd go, if I were to forecast today, between 2 and 4 inches for both our areas, because I'm gonna take the middle road and not choose,
which is the safest.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say that if this storm does happen, especially the way we're seeing it right now, everywhere in North Carolina is at least gonna get a mix at some point. Maybe not the mountains. That's probably the least likely section to actually see snow, is the very, very, very northwestern section in North Carolina. But I think at this point, everybody's going to mix in, especially if the GFS happens.
Do you mean mixed by like a mixed precipitation, sleet, ice?
At the very end, you'll see some sort of wintry precipitation. Into portions of Morehead City and Outer Banks.
Yeah,
but
I could agree with. But
I think accumulating snow is going to stay more towards just inland in North Carolina.
Yeah, I think it'll be like between Wilson and New Bern, like right between those two areas. I think the line for the heaviest snow will go between those two areas.
Yeah. Okay. Look up to me 45 commented, where do you all live? He lives in central North Carolina. I live in southeast VA. So we live in the zone where this is happening. I don't know if he's still viewing or not. Sorry, I didn't catch that right away. But yeah, I would say if let me get my maps up real quick so I can look up some towns. I'm gonna name where I'd feel the most comfortable with snow accumulating. I'd say it's gonna be somewhere. I'm not gonna draw a map or anything because my new computer, I don't have pick or anything. I'd say anywhere from, I'd say Durham, Raleigh. I say that's pretty safe. Rocky Mount, that heading northeast.
I'd say honestly, I'm not gonna put Durham and Raleigh safe yet because there are things like the GFS which show us no snow. So
yeah, but
I'd say it's complicated. Safe for right now, I'd honestly say is somewhere like Wilson, because they get a good amount, maybe not a good amount, but snow in both situations if it goes to the south of us and if it goes like the further north path.
So they're both solutions, they're getting something, whether it's the north end or the south end.
Yeah.
Or right on.
Same with like Pinehurst or Southern Pines, which are like right next to each other. And I'd say Charlotte.
Yeah. I'd say but I'm thinking that you got, well, in general, I usually tend to side with the Euro over the GFS. And the CMC agrees with the Euro. It's really just dependent on 0Z. Now, these models don't disagree forever, folks. That's the thing. So somebody's going to bend, whether it's the CMC and the Euro or the GFS.
Yeah, I don't know. I've heard this year that like both models, like all models, have something that they're better at than other models. So
Yeah.
I don't know which side of the court this ball falls into.
From what I've heard, most people are siding with the Euro and try to say that the Euro is best. Again, I haven't done much looking into the previous winter storms of this year because I'm just starting to pay attention. But if the European and what it's been trending happens, let me see here. What I'm thinking is, I'm gonna look at the what it forecasted at the 12Z. Euro 0Z,
Okay.
if you're interested, comes out probably around 2-3 a.m. That's when it tends to come out for me fully.
Yeah,
so,
it's a late night if you want to do that. I'm just gonna fall asleep.
Okay.
I mean, I'll stay up for the 0Z GFS because that comes out at about 11, and then
that's usually what I do.
But
so if from what I saw, the GF or the Euro has the bullseye just north of me, like just north of me, like just
the north
10-minute drive.
Yeah, I haven't the Euro since I can't see the snow maps. I only get to see it in like the Facebook group we're in together.
I can see it, so I can share it real quick, and we can look at this. We'll dissect this.
I've only seen it once or twice today, so.
Okay. And then I'll screen share mine real quick.
Okay. Dang.
Okay, let me go to screen
CMC
share.
looks nice. Starts out as rain for me, but quickly changes.
I think CMC is the dream option if you live anywhere in the. Oof. So hold on, I can't get Virginia and North Carolina, so I'll do Virginia and then I'll switch to North Carolina.
Okay, that's fine.
Or I can load it up real quick on this, so I can just have it there.
Yeah, new tab.
Just like this. You can have both like this on this website, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
You can see it has just north and west of me. It has the bullseye. The problem with this website is that it messes up at the coast. So it always does that. So I never know what the snow amount's going to be like right where I live. Because it never it breaks up where I'm at for some reason. I don't even know why.
Oh, and that's snow depth. So it's probably a little closer to the truth of what's going to happen. So this
is North Carolina. It has good from basically Charlotte into Raleigh and then into, right in the border. So basically you just have to follow these lines to the coast because, again, it cuts it off right at the coast. And it doesn't like to just so it keeps going.
So
there's You've probably seen pictures of it.
There's a little dot of 6 inches right over my house. That's perfect.
Yeah. And then if you look at, let's see, we'll get 0Z as well up in here. The North Carolina one shows where I live, so we'll just stick with that. But the Virginia one does not show where you live, sadly. So we're going to stick with the North Carolina view. Let me make sure we didn't get any more comments real quick. Okay. I live in North Alabama hoping for snow. What do y'all think? Okay, we'll talk about Alabama in a second.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, where's my tab?
Did you close it out?
Shoot. Here we go.
There.
Okay. So you see, this was
That's nice. Yeah,
that's
that's showing me. And that's showing Wilson getting that 12 inches. I'm getting.
Yeah.
I think I'm getting about 12 inches. I think this is slightly underdone due to ratios. It's always based on a 10-to-1 ratio.
Yeah, this is based on a 10-to-1, and I think it's going to be colder than that.
Especially later on in the snowstorm.
So you see it weakens, and it goes slightly north. Now, I think what the problem is again, just the low quality of this map that I have here. I think the furthest north it goes, this storm is slightly more north than the 12Z Euro. I think that's the highest north it'll go. Now, northern Alabama. So the
Yeah.
12Z basically takes snow away from northern Alabama for the most part. It really just depends how far north you are. Well,
Also,
GFS is probably better for you.
well, maybe not even.
Yeah,
But
you might want
I
to travel to
think,
southern Alabama in that case.
yeah, I think you'll be probably pretty fine. You might get like 2 inches. It's a small amount, but I'm pretty
That's
sure that's
probably what is a dream for them, though. So,
it's. I'm expecting 2 inches probably around there.
so you can see the difference from the 12Z to the 18Z. The GFS is trending north now. If we get one more tick north on the 0Z, we can say that it's trending north slightly, slowly but surely,
Yeah.
because
Though,
it has taken a step north. You see, this was weird at the 60. I was confused with this. The low just disappears and then it kind of like heads over here, and it's
yeah,
just weaker in general. But I think the GFS is just weaker, and like you said, it's just bigger and more spread out.
yeah,
But I mean, if you live anywhere from Hampton Roads to Central North Carolina, you just have to hope that the CFS is the and even if you live in Northern Alabama, from the looks of things, you basically just have to hope that this happens. It has a heavy band go from Central North Carolina right into Hampton Roads up into even Southern Delaware. It looks like getting in on some of that moderate snow.
yeah. If you're in the Northeast, like right on the coast, your best hope is like a solution of like the CMC
Yeah,
or
because
the
it
Euro.
definitely tilts more up the coast on the CF or the CMC.
Yeah.
So GFS parallel. I want to see if it. Nope.
Yeah,
12Z
I
hasn't come
know.
out yet,
I've been waiting for that. It does say it takes a lot longer for the.
and sometimes it just doesn't come out at all.
Yeah, there was a little gap in the last 2 days or something like that.
Yeah, I think they only like use it when like there's an impending storm or something. They'll like use it again. Uh,
I
then
want to see the CFS. I know it's probably trash at this kind of stuff, but
yeah. Are you looking it out on yours? I'll share. I'll go on your
yeah,
screen.
I wouldn't suggest like taking this to heart.
It's a long range model
The
that he's using in a
CFS.
short range storm.
Yeah, like 768 hours. That's the 4th of February.
Super Bowl.
But yep, the
Super Bowl
Panthers have
forecast.
sucked this year. But yeah, it shows a northern. Holy cow! It shows a northern storm.
What did it?
Even
Can you
getting New
rewind? I
York
wasn't
City.
looking.
Yeah, sure.
Oh wow, that's actually pretty good, man.
Yeah,
Team
yeah. You can't go
CFS, bro.
regional.
Team CFS right here.
Yeah, I doubt it happens though.
I'm up
It's
for it.
going. Yeah, I'm up for it, but it's too
Okay,
far north and too strong. Snow depth.
okay. Somebody, Casey Red Dragon is from Spartanburg, South Carolina. So let me look for that. We're gonna give an in-depth
Okay,
look.
that's just to the west of Charlotte,
Yeah,
or
I see
not
it
just
now.
to the west.
It's a pretty big city. I've
Uh,
actually never heard of it, and I'm in the maps and stuff, so that's weird.
it's where the Panthers practice.
Oh, really?
Like they do training camp, I think there.
Nice, nice. 37,000
So
population. That's pretty nice.
Spartanburg, if they get the southern solution,
Yeah,
then they'll probably do really
GFS.
well. And even the northern solution, they'll be starting off as rain and lasting a little longer as rain, but
Yeah.
it'll go to snow.
Well, what I'm seeing on
And
the
that,
southern solution is it's south of them too.
huh?
I'm seeing that it's a little bit south of them on the GFS solution.
Really? Let me see. Yeah, you get
Crazy.
like 2 inches.
And then you get to watch your south get 6 inches. I mean, I don't want to look at it as like I mean, you need the CFS to happen if you're in Spartanburg because it's like right there, right? What I just saw.
Let me see. Uh, it's showing
Yeah, they're right
about
on the northern end of it. So right there, they'd get 7 inches on the CFS.
yeah. CFS. It's a long range model for a reason.
Okay, I'm gonna link him to Tropical Tidbits because he does not know how to see models. So,
Oh, and don't take these as fact. Just
yeah.
saying.
Okay, guy from Spartansburg, I'm gonna send you Tropical Tidbits. You're just gonna click on the forecast models thing. That's where I get my model data. So,
Yeah, that and pivotal weather is nice.
Pivotal Weather is free, isn't it?
Yeah,
You see, I've never used it before, so I might.
I like it because it has a lot of things you can show, and it shows the ratio of the snow. So, like, let's go to right about when the storm is happening, showing 14 to 1 here, about 13 or 12 to 1 where you are.
I'm gonna send you the link to look at the comments too, so you can keep checking on it as well, so we can use
Okay.
teamwork.
Yeah, teamwork.
I'll send it
guys.
to you on Facebook if you're cool with that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, whoops, I almost just sent it to the wrong person. So they can check our comments for us. We need moderators anyway, since we're professional streamers now.
Yeah, professional.
I mean, we do have 3 viewers. That's like, or 4. Oh my goodness, we've never had this many, man. We've never had this many. Look at that one like. Okay.
Yeah.
So Techman is asking. He's saying he's hoping for snow, and in Pennsylvania, I mean that's a big north turn right there.
It's
I don't see
unlikely.
Pennsylvania getting a bullseye here at all.
He's saying South Central, so I'm guessing like between Harrisburg and Pittsburgh.
You see that? That's a wide range right there.
Yeah.
So somewhere around York. We'll just put York. That's right in the middle. I mean, because they would need to trend west and then tilt more. So it's just like 2 things need to happen.
You might get like a dusting, but
That's if it's like way north too.
No, that's even on the GFS. So
really?
Yeah, it's a dusting, but
on the first stream.
Yeah, because there's a first piece of energy that comes through that the people in the north are hoping is stronger.
Gettysburg.
Yeah.
He's from Gettysburg. So
nice.
That is that's.
I'm planning on doing a trip around the U.S. and so
Gettysburg's on it. That'd be nice.
Oh,
I've been
definitely.
to Gettysburg. It's fun there, man. Man, I've been to Gettysburg. I've been to Hershey Park. That is some fun stuff, man. Chocolate and everything. You'd be surprised. They say chocolate's the lifestyle there, bro. It really is. I'm not even kidding.
When you get like European chocolate, that's when you transcend above Hershey's.
Yeah, you go from American to European real quick.
Yep.
So yeah, the first stream, I'd say hope for this first stream. Second stream's a bit of a that'd be a big push northwest. Not impossible, but I mean, you can probably, if you're lucky, get an inch out of the first stream.
Especially with the high pressure that, like, as oppressive as it is.
That's what's saving us down here in the south.
And letting
just
us
the fact that's my confidence that it's not going to just go north last minute like they like to do.
Yeah. Is Brett doing the same?
What'd you say?
Is Brett doing the same thing as us?
I do not know. Did he link you to it?
Nah, I just saw it on the feed.
Yeah. Okay. So let me see here. I want to see if NOAA updated so we can see their like graphical forecast thing, because that'd be fun. Let's see here. Forecast maps. NOAA's come a long way with their like graphical forecast. They actually look nice if you find their like HD one.
I haven't seen that.
Okay, I'll look at it real quick. It's really cool. I like it. Like, okay.
Oh wait, is that what you're showing?
I'm gonna show it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Shoot. I was okay. Oh dang it. I never claimed to be a professional. Okay, here it is. Yeah, this thing.
Huh.
You might know about it. Okay.
Whoa.
Infinity, bro. We used to play around with
Tunnel.
that so much before we do live streams. Like we'd spend like 10 minutes just like mesmerized at that. Okay.
Messing around. Yeah.
This is, for some reason, this is hard to find, even though this is like the most awesome thing since I've been into weather. It's slow though. Like I have a 16 gigabyte RAM computer, and for some reason this is laggy all the time.
Same.
Tell me why I can play Skyrim, but then Minecraft's laggy. Can somebody explain this madness to me?
Minecraft is laggy. It might be the amount of RAM that you're allowing Minecraft to use.
Yeah, probably like 0.5 RAM, and then I'm like
and you're on
allocating like
Windows.
12 RAM to Skyrim.
And
4K
you're using Windows 7. I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Good. Okay. Dang it! I always lose when I'm on. Okay. So let's just skip. Let's just skip to Thursday. Like 12 a.m.
Damn.
Thursday, like first thing Thursday. We can try to do another live stream, by the way, like once this is like starting to head into the Gulf. When exciting is happening.
That's when I have a friend that lives in Denver, and I don't think he knows that he's gonna get like a foot of snow.
They probably just don't care there.
Well, he just moved there, so I mean,
he probably cares.
He was surprised when he got snow in like October.
Yeah. Okay, so the push. How long has this been going on for? How long? Okay, we need to like our record is like 2 hours of a live stream.
Yeah,
and we've been doing it for about an hour.
Longer than I thought it was.
The information keeps coming in, so I might do a zero Z stream whether you're here or not.
I won't be here, but
yeah, I'll try to do one, and then maybe tomorrow or the next day we can do another one or something whenever you're free.
Yeah, I think Thursday would be.
Yeah, that'd be more exciting today.
Yeah, either that or we'd be totally depressed about it.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't do one if it was like looking way off. Zero Z is important tonight. We're doing this.
It's either 0Z or 12Z tomorrow.
Is gonna do something.
Yeah.
So it's just a whole bunch of waiting in this weather business.
Yeah, and you know, I always wish that I could just like skip to the next time we have snow, so I could just go outside and mess around in it.
Wait, okay. My God, I'm trying to give this guy a link to this real quick. There we go. It's a cool website. The day I found it, I was like, "What?"
Yeah, I think it's the reason it's laggy is because it's.
Well, I have like 20 tabs open as well.
Well, I think it's more the software that's made.
Yeah, it's a pretty high definition. Oh my goodness! I just skipped the whole storm. Now it's happening. This is the problem with MWS is like some stations will disagree with each other, so there'll just be holes in the middle of the storm.
Yeah,
because they think it's not going to happen, and then like all the other ones around think it's going to happen. Because it's local stations all combined. That's what it is. So this is, don't get nervous. It's the Friday system, by the way.
Yeah.
But you can see this is already energy's building down here, and this is like the tail end of it. This is a pretty big storm, and it's a slow mover if we get it right. So
it's really strung out. It's like along like the last rain we had recently.
Oh, just a few days ago.
Yeah, the last few days.
Yeah, that was so it's that, but snow.
Yeah.
I mean, that was like inches of rain, so that would have been like massive blizzard, extinction, Virginia Beach. 2016 or 2017 actually.
Wow.
I'm gonna be saying stuff like that for the rest of the month. Just 2016. Oh wait, 2017. Sorry.
Yep, that's every January.
Okay. So you can see this is the main storm. I got some people in northern Alabama. If you're still here, it's showing snow. Northern South Carolina, it's showing snow. This is 1 a.m. Saturday. So early Saturday morning. And you can see it's showing mix in this station, but then this station's showing snow. So I'm guessing one of these agrees with the GFS and then this one agrees with the Euro. Something like that.
The Virginia Beach area agrees with the Euro.
Well, the Virginia Beach one, or the NWS Wakefield or whatever, our local one, the problem is like they always take the conservative route. They're like, oh, it's not going to snow. And then like right when it's about to start snowing, they're like, oh, okay, whatever, it's going to snow. And then like the ones in the South, they're like, well, because I think they're afraid of causing panic preliminarily. So the ones in the South are like, okay, we'll show the snow just north of us where it can really happen and it might hit us. So like there's just like a hole in the forecast, but we can get a general idea of what they're thinking, and then it's just like nonsense.
This is generalizing. So like the storm isn't probably going to encompass the whole area that it shows, and it might not be. It might not be snowing in the whole area that it shows.
Also, it's not showing heavy snow because they'll never forecast heavy snow this far out. They'll just call it just snow in general, and then they'll figure out how heavy it's going to be. Don't think that it's going to be light snow the whole time. If the storm does do what the CFS is showing, we could have snow rates pretty high at some points.
And what the GFS was showing earlier, we had snow rates of 1 inch an hour for like a day long.
Dude, if the GFS does what it's saying today, then Outer Banks could have 2 inch per hour rates for like a few hours. So, you know, so looking pretty good for Gettysburg, actually, Tech Command or whatever. Maybe some pretty steady snow. Also, I wouldn't be surprised if the first one, especially where I am, if we got a mix at some point.
I wouldn't be surprised if it rained here, changed to snow like for a second, and then it stopped around where I am. Because I think I'm a little too far south for the first storm.
You see, like the mix is right there, and this is still 2 days out. So
yeah,
it's a whole lot of everything. And if you look at the temperature, we can see how messed up this looks. This is if you zoom in on the warning thing and then you click on a county, and then it or if you do the their normal graphical forecast, this is just that but HD. So it's not going to be a different forecast. It's easier to use, but a little bit laggier. But I mean, NWS has always been laggy for me for some reason, like the whole website.
Well, it's because it's using as few resources as possible to make it cheaper.
Yeah. I got it. So I'm guessing since it's showing mixing in here, it's right on the line in the upper atmosphere what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Okay, how many viewers do we have right now? 5, okay. So, yeah, the GFS, it's been trending since 0Z. I forgot what 0Z looked like. 0Z was the first one to show, like, be really weird.
And then 18Z was like, it half folded to the Euro.
Yeah, it was like half. It was kind of like Elizabeth City and Coastal Carolina bullseye.
Yeah,
but it still follows the coast to a certain extent. But now it's kind of just like it hits southern North Carolina. I wouldn't say bullseye because it's like there's even heavier precipitation offshore. But the bullseye of the storm would be southern coastal North Carolina, and then it just like shoots out to sea.
Yeah.
It has the high pressure interacting with it. I think it has the high pressure system. Well, since it's later, I think the high pressure system's further east, so it just pushes it south, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, that's what would happen. But it has a really strong high pressure pushing it down and bringing cold air in. So,
yeah, I don't think mixing or rain is the issue here for North Carolina or Southern Virginia.
It's more suppression. It's suppression.
Yeah. Uh, so then, also we were talking about earlier when nobody is watching. The NAM looks a bit better than the GFS, I'd say. Not that the NAM is very reliable at this point.
Yeah, you don't want to trust it very much, but
Yeah, that's always led to disappointment for me.
yeah, same.
This is my favorite model of all time, the RGEM.
Yeah, it's really good.
Dude, like this thing's never let me down. It'll always show like lower amounts than the NAM, and then I'll be like, oh, that stinks because this one's good. You know, I can trust this model. Very good.
Yeah, I'm gonna
It's,
check something on the RGM.
I mean, honestly, you could make a snowfall forecast based on what the RGEM is showing, and it's not gonna be a bad forecast probably.
Mm. Let's see. You see, I wish I could see the 500 millibar pattern of the RGEM because he predict it
That's
better.
weird how it doesn't have that.
It would help me see. Well, it wouldn't be all that big a problem here, but like, let me show you the CMC compared to the GFS in 500 millibars.
Yeah, I'll switch to you.
Yeah. So, not. I think a better one would be vorticity. There we go.
Nice.
So you see how flat, like all the way from, let's say eastern Wyoming, all the way off the west coast. That's so. This is it right or where it was at 12Z. It was like this, and here's the trough that's about to dig into the east coast and bring a bunch of or the eastern U.S. and bring a bunch of cold. In the next few hours, this is supposed to come on land, and we'd be able to sample it at about this point. And it's really flat on the GFS. Like if I back up to here, it's kind of flat here, but on the GFS, it's like there's nothing to really dig. It's just a pretty weak wave coming down here. Wow.
So that wouldn't for what that would be if the GFS, let's just say it completely verified to this point, it would be a weaker system. And
when it comes on land.
Right. And I also think it would be weaker in general when it hits what it's showing for southern North Carolina. They wouldn't get as much as it would get if maybe the CMC verified. It's a stronger system, but it's further north as well.
Also, the CMC, it connects with, like, you see this line connecting from, like, New York all the way to the system, which is this little dip. It connects with the system while the US or the GFS has a harder time doing it.
So that would help pull it up the coast, right?
Yeah, it would help it go further north. You see how it's a much weaker link right here going through Kansas and Missouri than at the same time with the CMC.
It's still connected. It's just not very strong.
Yeah, this is a more strong connection, and it helps it bring it further north.
Yeah, it's like a good relationship. Just a very strong connection.
Yeah.
What I love about snowstorms like this, like the what kind of snowstorm is this? I haven't even like paid attention. It's a really weird one.
It's a southern slider to me.
It's a southern slider, but if it goes up the coast, it's like a Miller B.5. It's a Miller B plus or something like that. Because it's like
isn't the Miller A when it goes off the coast?
A Miller A is when it's way south and then it goes straight up the coast. But and a Miller B is when it comes like through usually clippers when they come down and then they just turn into a nor'easter. Or
usually when I think of Miller B, I think it goes up like the Appalachians. So
yeah. So
Appalachian.
What I was getting to, what I love about a system like this is when it does like if it phases, this is an awesome storm. If it phases with the Great Lakes thing, and then it goes up the coast, because you're just getting extra hours of snow as it goes up the coast. Because if it goes straight out to sea, even if it hits you directly, you're getting less and less hours of snow, because once it takes that curve north, that means that back end snow is sticking around as it's turning and going up the coast. So that can give you an extra couple of inches of snow, depending on where you are, of course. Um, I love when they do that turn, just because you get extra hours almost.
Yeah, but if this storm waited like a few, like maybe 30 more hours, it would it would phase to this one, this big piece of energy right here, and that would be a giant snowstorm. I don't know that it'd get this far south though.
So it would be a more northern storm.
I don't know.
If the snowstorm was heading up the coast at the perfect time, it'd probably be a little bit later than what it's saying now. Um, yeah, it's really interesting because that can still happen, that kind of thing. Like it's like I mean, not 30 hours, I wouldn't say, but maybe like, 5 hours. It can even make a slight difference. Just 5 hours or something like that. So you really gotta.
Yeah,
I mean, the gem is a dream. What I've been saying.
but the thing is the CMC model isn't really, it's not known for being all that good. So
Yeah. So at this point, we're taking it with a huge grain of salt.
yeah.
Casey Red Dragon asks, "What do you guys think of Dark Sky?" I think he's talking about an app.
I usually don't use phone apps. I think I've seen it on the App Store. I
have too.
I like to
they have a website too.
I personally like Weather Underground the best because it shows me the most information, and I like the information and the way it looks. But I would more go with what your like a TV station near you does, because I look at that for like radar or something. If it has radar on it, I'd see if I saw it.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
It really just depends how much weather knowledge you have. Like, I feel like at this point, I have enough weather knowledge to where when I'm looking at a weather app or something like that, I'm looking for data, not necessarily forecasts, because I can usually make my own forecasts and just believe what I'm thinking. You know, I look at the models and I figure out what I think is going to happen. I usually don't rely on other sources besides NWS. Just because at this point I trust myself more than any local station. But yeah, like I said, it just depends on your weather knowledge.
Yeah.
And I feel like
Ben,
you said the data as well for Intel or Weather Underground. You like it because it gives you the most data.
Yeah, of apps.
Yeah.
So
I'm thinking about making a video where I just get like every single weather app on the App Store and just review all of them.
Unpaid, or
I mean, maybe paid.
Yeah.
Maybe I can make individual videos for each one. That'd be fun, like product review. I mean, this system's fun because there's so much available energy. We just don't know how much of it it's going to use, really. So,
yeah.
It's a really good setup, at the very least.
Yeah, it's a good setup. And yeah, that's where, before I think we started, I was talking about on the radar that there was a storm, the storm that's coming ashore in California that's giving it rain right now. I could show that.
Darn. So this is, who's screen sharing right now, by the way? I'm not looking.
I don't know. Wait.
Okay, it's you.
Okay, I'll show him this. But what's coming over in like Northern California, where it's snowing, that's the storm that's going to be coming towards us. And earlier, I was talking to him, and I heard on the news that there were like 3-inch an hour rates to the west of Sacramento.
Yeah, for sure. And they might get like 5 feet out there in the mountains, right?
Yeah, it's they laugh at our puny 2 to 4 inches.
Yeah. I think they get the most snow out there on average historically. Not as of recently. I'm sure there's places that get more in recent winters.
Yeah, but
They do get good storms though.
yeah, if you
So I'm
wanted,
seeing the system is going to be coming onshore. Which one is it though? Is it the one that's hitting California or is it a different one?
it's like if you saw the satellite, like here, let me show you. This is kind of bad, but right off the coast of Oregon, you see where that trail of clouds is to
Yeah,
Eureka?
it's really gray.
Yeah, to the north of it, there's this little piece of energy right here that's bringing in the rain to the south, and it's going to come on into Oregon.
Yeah.
So today we don't know all that much about what's going to happen, but we'll figure it
Yeah.
out probably by tomorrow.
Again, we'll try to stream again at some point, one of these upcoming days before the storm. Just fingers crossed that it stays pretty similar to what it's showing. I'm predicting that either 12Z or 0Z, whoever's going to fold, whether it's the GFS or the Euro and the CMC, one or the other is going to fold towards the other one within the next. I'll give it till 0Z tomorrow. I think within that point they're going to fold towards each other, whichever one it is.
Yeah, it's going to be sometime tomorrow that one of them folds.
For our sake, I hope it's the GFS. Go ahead. We'll go ahead and go north. I don't think it's a really realistic outcome what it's showing.
You see, I don't know if the storm is flat enough.
Yeah,
Sure.
it's not unheard of.
Yeah, like here's the CMC, here's the GFS, but the GFS before it comes on shore, we don't know how like circularized it is or how strong it is compared to the CMC. Like the CMC has like, I don't know, it seems a little bit stronger because it retains more of its energy as it goes on land.
Yeah. And so once it's on shore, how much percentage, if you had to give a percentage, how much more do you think we'll know?
Well, I think we'll narrow it down to which of the two options we have right now, Southern or Suppression City or Northern, the more northern.
So confidence goes up a lot once the models agree with each other.
Yeah. So
And then I mean, this really just popped up out of nowhere. If you're a weather geek like us and you've been paying attention, yesterday it was just the GFS, and when it's just the GFS, it's kind of just an idea that's thrown out there.
well, there was like a few, like 8 or 9 days ago, the Euro showed it, like
Yeah,
for the first time, but we didn't see it again till like 5 or 6 days ago.
and that happens a lot actually in history, especially for these storms for down south. I've seen it happen a lot. But usually it's the GFS that'll show it way beforehand, and then just it'll pop back up again. But the Euro did it this time. I think it was New Year's Eve, right, or a few days before that. Or something.
Yeah, something like that. I know I was paying attention to it before New Year's.
If you're from southeastern VA and you remember the 2013 to 2014 winter, we got like a 9-inch storm that year. We had one 3-inch storm and then a 9-inch storm, so there's two storms. But the big one, it was all snow. Basically, the GFS showed it like 5 or not even 5, like it was like maybe 7 or 8 days beforehand, and it showed a big storm like that. Like it almost was like what happened like 7 or 8 days later. It was almost a perfect forecast. And then it disappeared off of the GFS, and then it showed back up again later on all the models within this time frame. We're 4 days, I think. What day is it? It's Tuesday, and we're looking at Saturday system. But I think by Thursday, we're going to have a really good understanding of what's happening. So it doesn't really matter how far away it is at this point. It's just when the storm's here or there,
Yeah,
we're going to have a way better understanding. It doesn't really matter how far out it is. It's really just the storm doesn't exist right now. That's the big problem.
well, it's not on land. It's just
But so we get way better data once it's over land.
I know. I'm. It's getting a bit late for me to be doing this. So, final prediction. For me, I'm expecting around 2 to 4 inches in both our areas. We had a viewer up in Pennsylvania. I'm guessing maybe a dusting. So, and another one we had in northern Alabama. You can expect maybe 2 inches. And did we have anybody else?
Wait. Did you do the South Carolina one or the Northern Alabama one?
Oh, I did Northern Alabama. Let's see. South Carolina, you can probably expect somewhere between 2 and 6 inches. You are in a sweet spot where you get some snow if the GFS run goes out and goes to what it says, and you still get some snow if the Euro goes to what it says. So
yeah, I think for the South Carolina one, you could be pretty close to the bullseye. I don't see that area being the bullseye, but you can be right in that. It's the bullseye zone is going to move from west to east, slightly northeast, I believe. So you could be right in that line, but I think as you get further northeast, it's going to get heavier and heavier, especially if it phases. So
yeah,
you could be in a really good spot.
So thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks for watching.
We might see you. We might see you if there is once there is consensus, and if the consensus shows us getting snow. So
yeah, and also I might do a live stream tonight at 0Z. He's not gonna be here, but I'm probably gonna do one. So expect that around. When does the GFS usually come out on 0Z?
Starts at around 10:30 or
so 10:30.
Where
10:30.
You could start
do one, so that'll probably be pretty fun.
Yeah. So see you guys all later.
Yep. See you guys.